So I think a lot of people in the ARMA 3 community are pretty skeptical about created DLC for obvious reasons. I mean, sure, it's pretty much just paid mods, right? But just recently, a new mod popped up on the workshop that I really think could be a game changer for CDLC, and a lot of people don't even know what it is yet. So guys, this is BillyEatWorld again, and let's find out. Alright guys, how you going? Welcome to the video, and like I said, today we are talking about CDLC, which is everyone's favorite thing, I know, and I want to show you guys something called Dmorchard's CDLC crossover mod, which, like I said, could be huge for the ARMA 3 community, because basically what it attempts to do is bring together all of the content in the CDLCs so that they fill each other's gaps. Now, if you don't know what a created DLC is, well, basically it's official DLC, except that it's developed by third-party studios. And the main difference is that all of the 3 DLCs we've got so far for ARMA 3 have all been set in the Cold War instead of the regular vanilla 2035 setting. Now, basically, we've got Global Mobilization, which is set in Germany, and we've got Prairie Fire, which is set in the Vietnam War, and just recently we got Iron Curtain, which is set in Czechoslovakia. And look, obviously all of those settings are different, and there isn't a lot of crossover between the factions of each one, but you can imagine that they're close enough in time that they should share some of the same gear, right? Except that they don't in-game. That kind of sucks. Actually, all of the CDLC are kind of missing something. For example, Prairie Fire has got a ton of aircraft, but almost no armored vehicles, and Global Mobilization has got a lot of tanks and no aircraft, which is why, as you can imagine, you would want a CDLC crossover mod, something that tweaks and reskins the assets so that they can be used in other factions in other CDLCs. So in a nutshell, that's what you're seeing on screen now. Every vehicle in this video is from a CDLC, but the ones that I'm actually using have been tweaked by the crossover mod. And I mean, if it wasn't for the little watermark next to the vehicle in the editor, it'd be actually hard to tell on some of them, because the skins are as good, or if not better, than the original ones. With that being said though, I should point out that this is more than just a reskin pack. The developer is also planning to add faction-specific weapons to the vehicles as well, and not just that, but he's added, for example, flares to the F4 Phantom, which is obviously really important if you want to try and make an old plane fit into the 1980s theme. Now, not just that, but I should mention he's also adding skins for factions that aren't part of the CDLCs at all. For example, there's an F4 for Australia, one for Canada, and also one for Iran, which you saw at the start of the video, which is really useful because, I mean, a lot of people run Unsung, for example, with Prairie Fire, and Unsung has an Australian faction, it just doesn't have a lot of planes. And also I should mention, it's not just real-world factions that are being reskinned in this mod. He's reskinning them for the Armorverse operators as well. As you can see on screen now, this is an AAF skin for a Cobra, which makes a lot of sense. The AAF in vanilla don't have an attack helicopter, so you can kind of see how the crossover mod is attempting to fill the gaps of the different factions. Now, as you can see, it's a pretty simple concept, but I'm guessing a lot of you guys are thinking, look, it's CDLC. I'm not going to pay for mods, so this crossover mod is irrelevant, right? Except that you kind of don't have to buy the CDLCs, because you might not realize you can just grab the compatibility mods for all 3 DLCs on the workshop, and that will allow you to use the vehicles for free. You just can't play on the maps. And look, even so, I know there's a lot of people that are really attached to mods like RHS and Cup, and there's a lot of other free high-quality mods out there that do similar things as well. But especially in the case of Global Mobilization and Prairie Fire, like, you're hard-pressed to find stuff that is better quality than that. And most importantly, it's official content, which means if people don't already have it downloaded, they at least understand what they're going to need to download when you want them to join your server. Now, finally, if you're still not convinced, I should mention that this mod is still in its early stages. It's already got a couple of updates so far, and apparently there's a lot more planned to be coming in the future. And as you can imagine, this mod is only just going to get better as new CDLCs or updates come out. I mean, just this week after the GM update, they pretty much added a MACV M109 pretty much straight away. So this video is kind of like a big watch this space for any of you guys out there that are interested in the CDLCs or just Cold War stuff in general. It's mods like this that are gonna make the CDLC worth it in the long run. So I reckon do yourself a favor, wait for a sale if you have to, but eventually pick up the CDLC, or at the very least, try this one out with the compatibility mods. But anyway, guys, that just about wraps it up for this video. So as always, please let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And just remember that I can't possibly cover every single detail in these short review videos. So if you do think that I've forgotten something, make sure you leave it down below so that everyone else can check it out. As always, though, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out the links on screen now and in the description if you want to see any more of my videos. And also don't forget you can find my Twitter and Discord links down there as well if you want to keep in touch. And until next time, see you later and have a good one.